Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to the greatest show on earth. Are you ready to take an adventure in reading? This week, we're going to be learning about some amazing animals. So get ready and let's go. Today, we're going to talk about a comprehension strategy that you can practice when you read this week's story, Animal Groups. Remember, boys and girls, comprehension strategies are ways that you can think about what you are reading to help you better understand the story. For today's comprehension strategy, we're going to practice how to compare and contrast. Try those words: compare, contrast. That means thinking about how something is different and the same. If something is different, they are not the same as something else. If two things are the same, they are things that are very like the other. This week, you're reading the story Animal Groups. You will learn about 5 different groups of animals. Let's take a look at those 5 groups now. You will learn about fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals. We will practice how to compare and contrast using 2 of these animal groups. Today, we're going to compare and contrast birds and mammals. Let's take a look at some pages from our story, Animal Groups, about birds. Here we see a photograph of a bird. We see some labels that name parts of the picture. We can see the bird's eye, bill, wing, and feathers. It says, a bird has feathers and wings. This bird's eyes are on the sides of its face. In the next page, we see 3 different types of birds. I see an eagle, some penguins, and an ostrich. It says, many birds can fly. Some can run or swim fast. In our last picture, we see a chicken. It says, birds hatch from eggs. This hen makes a nest for its eggs. Next, let's take a look at some pages from Animal Groups that teach us about mammals. Here I see a photograph of a mammal. It's a lion. The labels name parts of the picture. We see an eye, hair, a tail, and legs. It says, mammals can be many shapes and sizes. They have hair on their skin. In the next picture, we see some more mammals. These are panda bears. It says, a mammal mom can make milk for its baby. In the last picture, we see a raccoon and some otters. It says, lots of mammals live on land, but some live in water. When we compare and contrast 2 things, it can be helpful to use a special graphic organizer. This graphic organizer is called a Venn diagram. Try those words, Venn diagram. You'll notice that a Venn diagram has 2 circles, and they overlap in the middle. You can use the 2 circles to organize your ideas. We will use this Venn diagram to put ideas that are just about birds on one side and ideas that are just about mammals in the other side. The part that overlaps in the middle is where we will put our ideas that are true for both birds and mammals. Now let's take a look at our Venn diagram to compare and contrast birds, and mammals. We're going to look at some details from our story and decide if they mean birds, mammals, or both. Let's take a look at those details. First, we have types of animals: fly, hatch from eggs, make milk, hare, live on land or water, swim, and feathers. Your job is going to be to decide if the detail should belong in the bird section, the mammal section, or the area in the middle that means both birds and mammals. Let's get started. First, we have types of animals. Where should I put that detail? Birds, mammals, or both? If you said both, you got it. Birds and mammals are both types of animals. Let's look at our next detail. It says fly. Where should I put that detail? Which animal group flies? If you said birds, you got it. Birds fly. Our next detail says hatch from eggs. Do birds hatch from eggs? Do mammals hatch from eggs? Or do both birds and mammals hatch from eggs? If you said birds hatch from eggs, you've got it. Let's look at our next detail. This one says make milk. Which animal group makes milk? Birds, mammals, or both? If you said animals make milk, you got it. Our next detail says hair. Do birds have hair? Do mammals have hair? Or do both birds and mammals have hair on their bodies? If you said mammals have hair, you got it. Our next detail says live on land or water. Do birds live on land or water? Do mammals? Or do both birds and mammals live on land or water? Both birds and mammals can live on land or in water. So we put that fact here in the middle. Our next detail says swim. Do birds swim? What about mammals? You got it. They both can swim. So we'll put that in the middle. Our last fact says feathers. Which animal group has feathers on its body? Birds, mammals, or both? If you said birds, you got it. So boys and girls, remember, when you're reading, you can compare and contrast two different things. Use a Venn diagram to help you. You worked so hard today, boys and girls. I'll see you next time.